Welcome to my life. How's everyone doing? Happy Saturday. Today we're gonna talk about something very interesting and exciting. Life at sea. Life at sea as a crew member. One of the most excited thing and also one of the most terrifying thing. Welcome to my live, everyone. Today I'm gonna be talking about life at sea as a crew member. Some of the most scariest moments that I've experienced while working on board cruise ships. So crazy. In this life though, some of the stuff it's so amazing. Like, I'm so intrigued. I have to speak it in, so I'm gonna speak it in English and Creole. So many people may think about working on board cruise ships, but they don't really know what it is like working on board a cruise ship, because crew life and land is two different working environments. So that's a small intro into regarding working on board cruise ships. Because on land, you go to work in the morning, you come home at evening time, like 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or 7 to 4 or whatever, or shift or stuff like those. Cruise ship is like shift as well, but it's a 24-hour job. Like, there's always something going on, or someone is working. There's always something going on there. It's never a dead zone. It's always going on. Well, there's some moments that's more excited than some, but listen, there can be anything happens at any time. Well, you get necessary training and stuff like those, but in case there's an emergency, everyone is gonna be like, not panic and just go into action to do what's right. So one of my, like, I would say, first instances, one of the most scariest moment on board a cruise ship. One time, I think the ship was going to St. Martin. Yeah, we're going to St. Martin. The day was perfect. I think we're leaving Antigua, going to St. Martin. Man, the day was nice. Ship was sailing good on the high seas. Everything is good. And man, all of a sudden in the night, the ship started to rock. Like, when you're like holding a tree, a small tree, and shaking that thing like this, or if the breeze is blowing and blowing the fruit tree and see the tree dancing in the sky, that's how the ship was going on the water. That's exactly what, like this. Because the thing is, it's night, it's dark, you don't know what's gonna happen, you don't know what to expect. Man, that was crazy, real crazy. Like, it's so, like, there's nothing can compare to that experience. And there's one other time, then we were going to, I think we was going to Half Moon Cay, one of those small private islands close to the Bahamas. And the ship was like, there's some winds and water and everything. Like, it was an hurricane season. And man, the ship started to rock. Jesus, everything started to tumbling down on the ship. Hi, guys, welcome to my life. I'm just talking about some of my experiences while on board cruise ships. Like, crazy experiences. And man, I'm telling you, that time we were going to Half Moon Cay, and we went into some terrible waters, man. And the ship was like rocking. You could literally hear the water knocking on the ship, like bam, 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 like you're knocking a hammer, or when someone is beating a drum, like bam, bam, bam. And where my cabin was, it was like yeah. And I was saying, where my cabin is like on deck 4, so I need to go on the outer deck to go well, I can go on the I-95, which is like, I would say, the highway of the ship below deck. But I decided to go on the open deck. Man, and listen, when I went to close, there's a fire screen door. They have watertight doors on ship and fire screen doors. And there was a fire screen door there. And the wind was like dragging me, like I had to literally hook myself to one side of the ship to like go to where the door is. And man, when I was trying to open that door, because it's an open deck, so wind is coming from left, from port side and starboard side. So right side of the ship facing forward is port side, and the left side facing forward is starboard side. So the wind was coming from port side and starboard side, and it's pushing me like this. And I'm trying to open the door, and I can't open the door. Like, whoa, like every time I do this, the wind is pushing me back with the door, and I'm swinging, and there's like splashes of water coming up from the sea onto the deck of the ship, because it's just deck 4. And if you know ships, deck 4 is not really that high. And luckily there's one crew member coming out of the door. So when I'm gradually like pulling, he's pushing as well. So the door like, and the moment it opens, the power was so strong of the wind, like it flips out of my hand and bam! And it opened, and I went inside, and he went outside. So we're trying to close that door now. Man, we can't close the door. Jesus Christ. The wind was having us like, can't close the door. What's up, Roxanne, welcome to my life. I'm just talking about some of my craziest crew member life on a ship. This on the high seas, man, that was like it's always an experience in abundance. Like it's in 1 in a million experience. I'm have to say, after that time, man, we're there. Anyways, they went to my cabin and all. After a while, the ship calmed down. The weather calmed down and said, but listen, the most scariest time for me though was one time the ship, I think we sailed from San Juan, Puerto Rico, going down to the Caribbean. I don't remember exactly where we were going, but listen, that ship, like the water was so rough. So in our department, we do art gallery. So we have a lot of setup all over the ship, everywhere, displays and everything. And it was night. I tell you, most time bad weather come, so night time bad weather come on ship though. Night time, yo, wagwan cameraman, welcome to my life. So yo, me talk about some cruise ship story, you see me? And that night, that the night, yeah, so we finish work and everything. So me I say, yo, where the ship are going, because then close off downstairs, wall below deck, watertight door, everything seal off, fire screen door, everything seal off. Well, they normally do that at night time still, but that night they're more precautious because after they said the sea rough. And it was a formal night, so everybody come out in them jacket, suit, and tie and all these things. I tell you, so when I did that, I go in my cabin, I say, yo, I now go back out, Hi, Madge, how are you doing? Welcome to my live. I'm just talking about some cruise ship stories. And listen, after I was in my cabin, I was sitting down, I was like, yeah, whoa, what's gonna happen next? Because the ship is like rocking like this, and I was like, shit. You know what I did? I put my life jacket next to my bed because everyone has their own life jackets. So I put my life jacket right next to my bed. I was like, if shit goes south, I know I'm not gonna be one of the ones left behind. So I was there, like preparing for the worst but hoping for the best. And then I was like, okay, anything is anything. We don't know what's gonna happen because this is the high seas. Outside is dark. You cannot see anything outside. If you go outside, you cannot see anything outside. And listen, man, in the night, because based on my job, I had a deck phone. On ships, we have phones, but they're called deck phones. We can correspond with people on the ship. And after a while, I was there sitting down, like, a bit nervous, but still, like, keeping a kind eye. We have our TV, so I'm watching the coordinates on my TV, and I was like, what's going on with this ship? And all of a sudden, you don't wear your life jacket. All of a sudden, my deck phone started to ring. Because I'm telling you, the ship is like this. Even my colognes and stuff are falling off. And my phone started to ring. And when my phone started to ring, I was like, shit, what happened now? Like all of our displays were falling down. And I was the one responsible for those. So I have to go out there. And listen, I had displays from deck 2 all the way to deck 10. Or deck 11, somewhere up there had displays on. So I had to go and check all of the decks to see what was falling on. What didn't fall down, I need to take them off and put them to the side. And listen, man, when I went up there, everything was going south. Everything. Guests on the floor. You can see what they had for dinner. Just say that. You can see what they had for dinner. Right? Jesus Christ. The dining rooms were upside down. Everything was tumbling over. I think that was a Carnival ship that time. That was a Carnival ship. Carnival? No, it was Royal Caribbean. It was Royal Caribbean. I've been on Royal, I've been on Celebrity, I've been on Carnival. And listen, man, you didn't want to know what was going on, man. It was crazy. Like at one point, I was like rocking like this when I'm trying to walk. I'm like, Jesus, this is it now. This is it. The ship is going. This is it. This is you are on Celebrity this year. Oh, nice, 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 man. Listen, I was like, this is it. This is it. And they tried to get everyone to hold on to, like, everyone had to get up and hold on to the rails of the ship. That's how bad it was. Like, everyone had to hold on, like, where you are, hold on. Plates smashing, people getting cut by knives and everything dashing over. Oh, thank you so much, Marge. I'm telling you, man, it was crazy. Like, that night, if it was to go down, I don't know if anyone was prepared for that, because it was just an horrible experience that way. Ship life is nice, don't get me wrong. It is very nice, very adventurous. You get to see a lot of places, meet a lot of people, and experience a lot of things. But listen, that shit is dangerous because you don't know what's going on in the water. Like, it was crazy, 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 crazy. But that's not the most craziest thing happened to me on ship before. Listen, I'm gonna give you guys that story, but keep it a little bit further. It's not that, the craziest thing is not that one. No, the thing is, sometimes the weather, when you have the weather forecast back in from Galveston, Texas, who give them a weather forecast, but sometimes you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen. All right, one instance is we were on the ship leaving from San Juan, but it was a different ship as well. Hi, Classic, welcome to my live. When we were leaving from San Juan, you know what? As the ship was pulling out of dock, the tugboat and everything leading the ship out, the ship turned off. Like everything was completely blank out. We couldn't cruise. Nothing couldn't cruise. Nothing. We had to stay in port like overnight. Like I think we were there for 2 days or so. So imagine if that ship had went off to the sea, and then in the middle of the sea, it went power dead. Like everything was dead on the ship. Like, man. But that ship was, because I think every 5 years, ship goes to dry dock. Yeah, every 5 years, the ship goes to dry dock. And that was a disastrous scenario, because imagine the ship out of power. And they had backup generators, but for some reason, nothing was working. Everything was going south. Nothing was working. Nothing was working, man. That was a Celebrity ship. But that ship was going into dry dock as well. Like a month after, it was supposed to go to dry dock. Yeah, we went to dry dock a month after that. But man, that was crazy as well. Because imagine, because the ship is all enclosure. So if you're below deck, sounds like a plot of scary movie. As I said, you have good times and you have bad times. Because listen, crew life is the nicest life. Crew life is the nicest life. Let me tell you that. Crew life is the nicest life, man. You get to see a lot of things, man. But listen, one other thing now. The scariest thing I have on ship before. This is out of pocket. So, I'm gonna give you the story now. Listen, man, listen keenly. So there's this thing, one time we were in port in St. Martin again. And there was like 5 ships in port. And you wouldn't believe what happened. There's a bomb threat on all 5 ships. Like someone sent an email to the ship, oh, we're gonna bomb these ship up now. Like today we're gonna bomb these ship up. Jesus Christ. Yeah, listen, man, I've never been this scared in my life yet. It seems like someone was holding a pistol to my head like this. Because you know what? I was responsible for logistics and all of that thing in my department. So, my deck phone ringing again. Lockers, everything, because you don't know what's going on. So I need to go to check my lockers, everything, from top to bottom. And that way we were having some events. So we had an entire room, set up for events. And they call us, like, because you cannot spook the guests. That's one thing for sure. So they had some, you have some, like, I don't remember the exact alarm, so but you have like Alpha, Bravo, and stuff like those. I don't remember the exact one for bomb threat, but he was over the signal. But I know you have like 6 shot, one long blast. If the ship is going down, you hear bang. That's the one long blast. The ship is out. But to get back to the story now. So we're in St. Martin and all those ships got the bomb threats. And listen, man, everyone was going cuckoos because no one knew what was happening. No one knew what was happening. So we're looking for bombs. Any suspicious items as crew members, you need to search for them. And in my department, as I said, I was responsible for logistics. So I had the keys for the lockers and all of those stuff. And the conference room, boardroom and everything. So I was the one going to check. My deck phone was ringing, ringing, ringing. So I was like, up and down, checking our office, checking our everything. Everything. Lockers, because we had like 3 lockers and some storage containers. I need to check them. And listen, man. When I went to we had a conference room where we keep some stuff in the conference room. And listen, when I went to the conference room, and then I was looking in the conference room like this, and I said, nothing was there. And then I saw a podium. We had a podium inside. So, you know, sometimes your eyes see something, but you're not focusing on that, so you don't know what's going on. And then when I looked down like this, my eye glanced a bag like a distance away on a table, but I was like, that's nothing. So I was checking the podium and I hold my head up. I was like, shit, there's a bag there. But I didn't see the bag there in the morning. Yo, I started to sweat. The place is cool, but I started to sweat. I started to tremble. I'm nervous. Everything is happening to me last bag. Everything. I'm having cold sweat. I'm having chills. I'm like, shit, what am I? I'm trying to call my supervisor. No, my hand is like this. With my phone in my hand like this. I can't dial them. Because we were the last one in that room. No one else came inside there. Because it's a port there, so most people is off the ship going to. And St. Martin is one of those ports where everyone gets off. And I was like, and sail away is not like until 8 p.m. in the night. So no one is coming back on board until like 7:30 or so. And I was like, just shaking to call my supervisor. Shaking. And listen, man. You see, after a while, when I finally get the courage to call the supervisor like this, I called him and I said, yo, bro. Because we were cool. And I said, yeah, I saw a bag in the conference room. He's like, what the fuck? What do you mean you saw a bag? He's like, he's stuttering. He's like, what do you mean you saw a bag? What do you mean? What do you mean you saw a bag? I was like, yeah, bro, I saw a bag right here. I'm not even touching it. I'm going to step back. So he's like, okay, bro, you need to call security right away. So anyway, we called security up. We called security down. Security came. Because me, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that bag. I'm not going to investigate anything. So the bag is there. Like, I get off the phone and I call security and I told them, like, I'm in the conference room and what they can where to come. And they're like, okay, seal off the area. I don't want anyone go in there. And I was like, okay, security come, chief of security come and everyone come. And they swap the bag down and everything, you know. But I just showed them the bag. I'm still not going close to the bag. You know what I mean? I'm close to a door. Because I'm like, if this thing is anything to go off, it doesn't matter how high it is. If this thing is going off, I'm going to run outside and jump overboard. So anyways, because it's gone now, so I'm laughing about it, but it was serious. I was scared to death. Anyways, security, they come, they swap the bag up and everything like that. When they swapped the bag up, there's like, they didn't know whose bag it was either. So they checked because you know you can't open the bag like that. So they come and they swap it and they test, they find any like residue of anything that made like bomb components or anything like those. And anyway, they check. Nothing came up. And I'm like, whew, man. But the bag was for someone filming on the ship for a cruise coming like maybe 3 weeks ago. And that cruise, like, I would say traumatized me. So, on ships you have something called charter cruise. Oh God. Sip a drink of water for this. Alright, the charter cruise is like that cruise, people, like a designated group of people, like you hire something, a charter, just like a charter cruise. That cruise is called an Atlantis cruise. Oh, thank you so much, Matt, for watching my new video, and thank you so much for supporting me. So, we went on a charter cruise, an Atlantis charter cruise. I'm not gonna get into details what is Atlantis charter cruises, but you guys can Google Atlantis and see what it is. Jesus Christ, man. I'm not against anyone and their lifestyles, but listen, I was traumatized. The scent, what they were doing, everything just traumatized me. Like, shit, what is hell is this? But I mean, everyone lives their own life. But man, that was something traumatic as well. And the thing is, where I work in guest area, so I need to be everywhere. And yeah, if you guys can Google Atlantis cruise, and you will see what it's about. Man, Jesus Christ. Yeah, them kind of, you see me, them kind of thing with you see me, them weird admiral thing there, you see me? Yeah, man, but everyone to their own. I have no problem with nobody and them lifestyle. Each to their own, right? We're not here to judge, we're not here to discriminate. Yes, equal life, equal. Everyone is equal. But man, that thing left me traumatized. One of the things that left me traumatized again on ship, like it wasn't really traumatized, but it was a bit anxiety. I felt anxious. So normally during this time, now about April, May, ships do transatlantic crossing where we cross from Caribbeans or we cross from we cross from Caribbeans to Europe. Listen, man, ship takes like 21 days to cross the transatlantic crossing from Caribbean to Mediterranean and all that. So you leave from like Port Canaveral, Port Everglades, Puerto Rico. You go into New York, New Jersey. You go into Europe. So you go to like Italy, Spain, Southampton. You just going across there, man. That take like 14 days. And I was on the ship. I think we had like 9 sea days behind each other. Like no land, it's all sea every day. Sea, 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 sea. Imagine that, you're just on the water every day. Sea, sea, sea. And listen, that sea is not the same like this sea in the Caribbean. Those seas are water is rough. Every day you wake up, ocean, ocean, ocean. The first time we reached the land, man, and I was like, whoa, like I was sick, seasick. I literally seasick. Like there was days I couldn't function properly, like seasick. And listen, as a black man on a ship, black man, we not so brave. We are not no big swimmer like that. We're not talking about going river go swimming. I'm not talking about going to river to swim. Swimming in the ocean and swimming in river. Black people swimming different from white people swimming. White people learn to swim in a sea and all them things. Black people learn to swim in a river. We know that, right? This is not that swimming. This is the big time, big man swimming. We don't know what them is swimming there. We are black people. Water not pass we need. And listen, man. When we reached land, I think we reached where? I think it was one of the Canary Islands was the first stop. Grand Canary or something like that. I think that was one of the first stop there. Grand Canary Islands, one of those islands that close to Gibraltar. Yeah, you can stay in those islands and look over in Africa. If you have a binoculars, you can see over in Africa over there. Yeah, it's crazy over there. Even talking about crossing that. So we're crossing, doing transatlantic crossing. We went to Gibraltar. So went up the rock of Gibraltar. So me now, we sometimes we're trying. Black people, we love food. Yeah, we love food. So I'm just eating some European bread and mind my own business up on Gibraltar, looking down at the view. And you know what? There's a monkey next to grab my clothes like this. A monkey grabbing my clothes off of me. Like I had to give him my food. I literally had to give him my food. Literally had to give him my food, man. Like I didn't know, and it was actually on the rule that you shouldn't bring food up there, and I didn't even. They had some monkeys in the enclosure, but the more you go up, they have some wild animals there as well. It's crazy, man. Crazy, 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 crazy. Hey, listen, man. Sometimes you see you go over to do something. So one time, while on ship again, we went to Santorini, Greece. And they said, if you guys know about Santorini, it's like on a mountain cliff, all the way up on the cliff of the mountain. And man, we went up to Santorini, man, and we had let's say we had too much to drink. We had some gyros, some gyros, and a lot of fish square. And we got some, what do you call it again? Shit, they had a drink there. I forgot the name of that drink. It's like a shot though. Ah, man, but it's very popular over there. I forgot the name of that drink, man. But a shot, gyro, no, shit, I forgot the name of that drink. But if anyone you know that drink, it's very popular in Europe. It's a shot drink like that. It's very popular in Europe, and man, I had that drink there, and listen, man, I couldn't come down off the hill. You had a zip line that take you down though, but the zip line is that side is very crowded, and they have some donkeys on the other side. So it was about 5 of us. Yeah, 5 of us. And listen, we had to get the donkeys down because we were messed up. And you don't want to see us like coming down on the donkey. We're like hugging on the donkey like this because you can't sit steady. You can't sit steady. You're like just rocking us. You're like hugging the donkey. I mean, I look upon this man. Me there Jamaica and I ride donkey and come and say ride donkey. Yo. But yo, it was an experience, man. Alright. Another experience now. So I was on a celebrity ship. And it's embarkation day. So embarkation day is the day when just say guest comes off and guest comes on. So switching around. Just like taxi. Taxi go town, let off people and pick up back. People go back. So we call it embarkation day. So embarkation day, sometimes they do like security check and all that thing. And before embarkation day, it's a sea day before embarkation day most times. So listen, we work hard on sea days. And man, that day, that embarkation day, the Coast Guards from Puerto Rico came on the ship and checked in the cabins and happened to pull up to our cabin. And they're like, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom on the door. We're so sleepy, man, my cabin mate. We're so sleepy. I'm like, who's that? I don't have any hand notes or anything to do today, so I shouldn't be up that early until like maybe 9 or 10. Boom, boom, boom on the door again. I didn't answer, and then I said, oh. They're like, what is it? Like, Coast Guard. Yeah, Coast Guard. Coast Guard opened the door, comes in. Big dog. Woof, 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 woof. Cabin check, cabin search, cabin search. I was like, shit, what's going on here? They come in the cabin now. They checking the dogs. So I had a suitcase. In those cabins, I don't know if you guys been to if you guys ever seen in ship cabins or anything like that. One day I'm gonna make a video and show you guys what inside looks like. But like in the cabin, so my bedside table is there, and I had a space next to my bed and my side table. So on the bottom I put a suitcase there. One of my suit luggages is there. I have some stuff inside, so it's easily accessible. And that dog won't leave my suitcase alone. Like, what's wrong, nigga? Give me a break, man. That dog won't leave my suitcase. He's like, keep sniffing that shit. And the Coast Guard is like, yo, whose suitcase is this? With his Spanish accent. I'm like, I'm so sleepy. I'm like, mine. He's like, you come outside now. And I'm like, he's like, suitcase. And I'm touching. He's like, no, don't touch that suitcase. And then when they take it outside. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what's going on with this suitcase now? What's wrong with this thing now? I know I didn't put shit inside my suitcase, but you know, sometimes someone can put stuff because it's two of you in the room. You never know what's going on sometimes because you're not in your room 24. I'm awake and suddenly now. Because this looks serious now because the dog sniffed out my shirt. They took it outside. They took me outside. I'm like, shit, what's going on now? What am I gonna do now? What's in my suitcase? Because I have no idea what's in my suitcase. I didn't put anything inside that's not supposed to be inside here. But you never know. Can't be too sure. Because this was my first time I experienced one of those routine inspect check from Coast Guards. When Coast Guard come inside now and they check the suitcase, they're rubbing it down. Like, you know when you're showing on your body is very dirty, you're like, this is how they're doing my suitcase. Like, they're like trying to dig the metals out, like they're trying to find something. Like, if you ask me, like someone said, yeah, there's something in that suitcase, but like they know what they came from. They've been there, like the dog keeps sniffing it like something is inside there, man. And they're like, they're digging it. They take some swabs from it, went to test it, and they're at the machine. They're digging it. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They keep digging it, and I'm like, shit, man, there's nothing in there. Until after, like, maybe they took the suitcase with them because they said they need to do more tests. They took it down back to the gangway. So the gangway is where you enter and exit the ship. That's called a gangway. They took it and they inspected it, and then they said, okay, bring it back. Because I was sleeping, so I was in my sleeping clothes, my underwear and my undershirt and stuff like those, nothing dressed. So they're like, okay, they're gonna check this. Two security stayed here with me on the dog, and one went to check it and come back. That's protocol, as I said. And they went to check it. They didn't find anything, like, but the moment they took the suitcase out, man, I was wide awake, like, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I was wide awake, man, wide awake. So, one more experience is on ship now. So, some cruise lines do this. They have random drug tests on crew members, which I think in some aspect is not fair. Because you can even use a mouthwash to wash your mouth and it brings your alcohol level up or something like those, sometimes like that. And listen, man, sometimes with working on cruise ship, you need a drink. Let me tell you this, you working on cruise ship, you need a drink or you need a smoke sometimes for the shit you go through and you see. And I've seen people break down so many times on cruise ship, like literally break down from pure pressure, working supervisors, because some of the supervisors are really shitheads. And man, there was this time we went. So that time now. So one day we went to the port. We were outside, right? And a friend of mine, they were like, "Yeah, we're outside, but they're not Jamaicans. They're from oh, thank you, food court, for welcome to my live as well." So I'm just talking about cruise ship experiences in general. So they hey. So as I was saying, one day we were in the port. So my friends were like, guys I went out to, they were like, "Oh, we wanna try something different." Say, "Oh, they wanna try the grits." So I'm like, "No, man, I don't want any of those. I'm from Jamaica. I see that every day, so it's nothing new to me, but it's strange to them." That was the same. That was the Mario. Yeah, so I was saying, no, that day we went outside. And when they come, they was like, they want to try the grades and stuff. And I was like, no, man, I'm not going to try any of those. So anyway, they done tried it already. When they tried it, went back on board the ship. Went back to work now. When I went to work now, because as I said, random drug and alcohol tests, they came to the department and called me up. "Hey, come, you need to do the random drug test." I was like, shit, see? If I was one of those persons who followed friends and not have a mind for myself, I would be in some serious trouble. Because listen, if you go there and they have drug or alcohol in your system at that time, it's straight dismissal. You're going home. Home. Right away you're going home, because that's a zero tolerance for that. Okay. And I was like, man, look at this. And I went there, did it, come out back, all clean. I was like, see, if I had followed friends that day, I would be on the wrong side. It's crazy. Like, you've seen so many stuff on ships out there, like so many simple stuff that can turn into a big deal, cost you your entire career, your job, everything like that. Yes, what's good? I think earlier it was raining. Yeah. I have a lot of stories to talk about, but guess what? It's Daddy's time now, so here's what, we're gonna stop it here for today, but we're gonna continue one day. But listen, Thank you so much for joining my life. Thank you so much for supporting me. And listen, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. And check out a lot more videos on my channel. I have a lot of more coming. A lot more interesting story. I have a lot of stories.
He got a lot more stories. He got a lot more videos coming in this channel. So please watch them and know the video.
Yes, and subscribe, okay? Until next time.